All right, let's just jump right in. If you've ever tried to keep a garden alive, you know the feeling, that nagging worry about watering. Did I do it? Did I forget? We're going to look at the smart solution to that whole headache: automated irrigation timers. But before you run out and grab one, there's a really big choice you have to make between two totally different kinds of tech.
I mean, that quote just nails it, doesn't it? We've all been there. This is the exact frustration that smart timers are here to solve. They're all about ending that chore and just giving you some peace of mind. So the real question is, which type of smart is the right one for you?
So, we're in the middle of this big shift from the old manual way of watering to something way, way smarter. And the two main technologies leading the charge are Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Now, they both let you control your sprinklers from an app on your phone, but how they do it and what that means for you and your garden is where things get really different.
First up, let's talk about the Local Pro, the Bluetooth timer. Think of this as your simple, no-fuss entry into the world of smart watering. It's all about making your life easier, right there in your own yard.
You know, I love this wireless cable analogy. It's the perfect way to think about it. Your phone makes a direct one-to-one connection with the timer on your hose, but, and this is key, only when you're nearby. We're talking about 30 to 50 feet tops. You can set a really detailed schedule that runs on its own, but if you want to tweak it or turn it on manually, you've got to be right there to do it.
The big wins for Bluetooth are all about simplicity. The battery life is just awesome. You can get a whole season out of a couple of AA batteries. That's because it's not constantly looking for Wi-Fi. The setup is a breeze, like pairing Bluetooth headphones. No messing with passwords or accounts. And here's a big one: if your home internet goes down, who cares? Your watering schedule just keeps on chugging along. Plus, it's the cheapest way to get into the smart watering game.
But, and this is a big but, there is zero remote access. You're at work, you hear about a sudden heat wave, well, too bad. You can't turn on the water. You have to be home. This also brings up what people call range anxiety. You know, when walls or thick bushes or even your house's siding can block that signal and you end up standing right next to the faucet waving your phone around trying to connect. It can be a little frustrating.
Okay, so now let's meet our second contender, the Global Commander, a Wi-Fi timer. And yeah, that name tells you everything you need to know. This one is all about long-distance control and a whole lot more brainpower. So how does this magic work? Well, instead of talking directly to your phone, the timer connects to your home's Wi-Fi router. That router is basically a bridge to the internet, to the cloud. What that means for you is, as long as your phone has an internet connection, you can be in the next room, or the next state, or on a beach on the other side of the world, and you are still in complete control of your garden. And this is where things get really cool. Of course, total remote control is the main event. But honestly, the real game changer is the smart weather feature. Your timer checks the local forecast, and if it sees rain coming, it automatically skips the next watering cycle. Think about that. It saves water, it saves you money, and it keeps you from overwatering your plants. You also get handy alerts, and you can even just say, "Hey Alexa, water the lawn." Pretty neat. Of course, all that amazing power comes at a price. A Wi-Fi connection is a power-hungry beast, so you'll either be swapping out batteries way more often, or you'll need to plug it into an outlet. The setup can also be a headache if your Wi-Fi signal is kind of weak out in the yard. And if your internet goes out, while your schedule will probably keep running, you lose all that amazing remote control you bought it for.
All right, you've met the challengers. Now it's time for the main event. Let's put them side by side and really break down how they stack up on the things that matter most when you're deciding which one to buy.
You know, if you strip everything else away, the whole decision really boils down to this, right here: local control versus anywhere control. Bluetooth gives you simple, rock-solid automation right when you're standing in your yard. Wi-Fi gives you total command and smarter features from anywhere on Earth.
This chart just lays it all out so clearly. I mean, just look down the columns. Range, local versus literally unlimited. Setup, super easy versus, well, it can be a little moderate. But look at the two biggest differences. Weather smarts, a hard no for Bluetooth versus a huge yes for Wi-Fi. And then that battery life. We're talking an entire year versus maybe just a few weeks. It's a huge difference.
And as you probably guessed, all that awesome Wi-Fi power comes with a bigger price tag. This chart shows it pretty clearly. On average, you're looking at more than double the cost for a Wi-Fi model. It's that classic trade-off, right? You're paying a premium for more features and a ton more convenience. So, right about now, you might be thinking, man, I really want that incredible battery life of Bluetooth, but I also really want that remote access from Wi-Fi. Can I have both? Well, funny you should ask, because some clever folks came up with a hybrid solution that tries to give you just that.
It's a pretty genius system, actually. The timer itself, out on your faucet, is a low-power Bluetooth device, so it sips battery. But instead of talking to your phone, it talks to a little Wi-Fi hub that you plug in inside your house. That hub is the translator. It takes the Bluetooth signal, puts it on the internet, and sends it to your phone. So you get the best of both worlds: amazing battery life at the tap and full remote control from the cloud.
Okay, so we've covered the tech, the pros, the cons, even a cool hybrid option. Now let's bring it all together and figure out the most important thing. Which of these timers is the right one for you?
So, you should probably go with Bluetooth if your main goal is to just set it and forget it. It's perfect for smaller spaces like a little vegetable garden or some pots on a balcony. It's an absolute no-brainer if your outdoor Wi-Fi signal is spotty. And of course, if budget is your #1 priority, Bluetooth wins hands down.
On the other hand, you're probably a Wi-Fi person if you travel a lot and want to be able to check in no matter where you are. If you're serious about saving water and love the idea of automatic rain delays, Wi-Fi is the only way to go. And it's perfect for bigger properties or just for anyone who loves having that control right in the palm of their hand.
But at the end of the day, let's not lose sight of the big picture. We've been comparing Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, but the real victory here is just upgrading from manual watering in the first place. Either one of these smart options is a huge win for your plants, and honestly, an even bigger win for your sanity.
So that brings us to the final question, and this one's all for you. Now that you've seen how these two technologies work, their pros, their cons, which smart upgrade is your garden gonna get?